Hey everyone, Russell Farbiarz from Antanavage Farbiarz. Wanted to give you guys some information on healthcare decision making. I think everyone's health and, of course, our public health is on the forefront of everyone's minds today. And we wanted to just provide some information for you to consider. Please remember that nothing that we tell you here is legal advice for you. And does not create any attorney-client privilege. We heard some disturbing news last night that there was a hospital in Chicago, I believe, that was trying to compel all COVID-19 patients to sign DNRs or do not resuscitate orders, or otherwise have living wills so that they would not need to be resuscitated. We thought this would be a good opportunity. Just go over a couple of things here in Pennsylvania. So we get a lot of our common questions are: who makes my medical decisions? Who gets to pull that proverbial plug? Oops. And we're going to answer a lot of those questions here today. So the important question here is, who makes my medical decisions? Well, you do. You will always make your medical decisions unless you are unable to because you're incompetent, unconscious, too sick, not able to comprehend those decisions. If you have a healthcare power of attorney or you've appointed a healthcare agent, then your healthcare agent will make those decisions. And if you don't have a healthcare agent in place and you're not able to make those decisions for yourself, then the law does provide that your spouse and next of kin could make those decisions. So there's some key documents that you want to have in these situations. First would be a healthcare power of attorney. Second will be a living will. And then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what's called a physician's order for life-sustaining treatment, or a PULST. This is not a document that you would prepare. It's a document that your doctor would prepare, but it's important to understand how those work in conjunction with your documents. And I just mentioned here, I'm not going to go into any detail, but another key document is a durable power of attorney that allows someone to make financial decisions for you if you're not able to. We'll probably release another video just on that document in the next coming days, but that's certainly an important document that you want to be aware of. So what is your healthcare power of attorney? A healthcare power of attorney appoints a person or persons who can make medical or personal care decisions when you cannot. So remember, I said that you're always going to make your own healthcare decisions, your own personal care decisions. Healthcare power of attorney only comes into play when you are not able to make those decisions for yourself. It's important that you pick someone that you trust. You need to be able to trust their judgment, because they're going to be making some really important decisions for you. If you're married, usually that person would be your spouse, but it's also important to make sure that you have successor agents. God forbid something happens to your spouse, there's someone who you can turn to make those decisions. So what should be in a healthcare power of attorney? Well, you want it to provide some guidance to the agent as to what your wishes are. You want to also tell them, talk to your agent. Don't rely just on the written document. Make sure that your agent knows what care you want or don't want, because they have some important decisions to make. They can authorize or decline two feedings on your behalf. They can consent to treatment or withdraw the treatment. They can consent to organ donation, and they can obtain healthcare information on your behalf. So with that part, usually involves HIPAA, which I think we're all familiar with HIPAA. Your agent would be able to obtain any HIPAA protected information on your behalf. So what's a living will? A living will is a document that provides instruction for your end-of-life care. So a lot of people ask the question, well, do we pull the plug? Well, the living will is what provides those instructions. Now, living will is only effective if your attending physician determines that you have an end-stage medical condition. What's an end-stage medical condition? It means that your doctor has determined that you have an advanced disease that will cause your death despite the introduction or continuation of treatment. Also, if you are in a state of permanent unconsciousness with no realistic hope of recovery, this is a coma or vegetative state where you are not expected to come out of that state. A living will allows you to make your decisions. It allows you to decide what care you want or don't want. Do you want life-sustaining procedures? Do you want medications? Do you want antibiotics? Do you want to be made comfortable with drugs or other interventions to allow you to be as comfortable as possible as you pass away? Your wishes need to be followed not only by your agent, but by any medical facility. They are obligated to follow these instructions. So what is your physician's order for life-sustaining treatment? This is a medical order. It's crafted by the doctor and the patient. If the patient is not able to participate, then the agent under the healthcare power of attorney would participate. It is applicable only to a current medical condition. So that means the living will and the healthcare power of attorney are general documents. Those would apply to any medical condition. Your physician's order for life-sustaining treatment is going to be only applicable to the current condition that you have, and it's typically only used if there's an advanced progressive illness. It's important that the doctor and the patient or the patient's agent review it periodically, because things certainly change and can change pretty rapidly. So what should you do now? If you have a healthcare power of attorney, you want to read it, make sure you still agree with it, make sure your doctor or hospital has it in your medical file. Make sure your agents and successor agents have it or know where it is. This is critical because if the doctor or the hospital doesn't have this document, they can't honor it. So in our practice, when we have clients who prepare these, we generally tell them to take it down to their doctor or the hospital at their next visit. If for some reason you end up going to the hospital or you become ill, you want to make sure that you have it with you, just in case either it isn't on file or it can't be located. But you want to make sure that you get the care that you want, not the care that someone else decides for you. And most importantly, if you don't have these documents, you want to get one today. It's so critical, particularly as we're facing this public health crisis, that you want to make sure that you have your wishes in writing, that you've appointed people that you trust to make your decisions for you. You can contact us at Antanavage Farbiarz. We are open for business. We are working remotely, and we do have staff members who can supervise execution of these critical documents. So again, our contact information should be on your screen. And if you can email us at info@afalawfirm.com, or you can call us at 610-562-2000. If you have questions, certainly reach out to us, and we look forward to helping you if we can. And that'll conclude our presentation. Please, everyone, stay safe and best